I think I've done enough in this game. I've been around the block. I came to featherweight. I think I did my damn thing against a really tough dude who fought for the belt twice. Respect. Volkanovski is the fucking man, but I would love an opportunity to fight for the belt again.
Aljamain Sterling!
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered.
Please tell me that's on video. I've never been happier.
I'm made for a fucking podcast. We're dangerous. Listen to me, we're out of here.
Welcome to UFC Unfiltered, a UFC and a Fanatics production. The great John Morgan is here with me today. John, sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm a man of, somebody's a man of many trades. I'm a man of few. And tech is not one of them.
No, but I love the fact that, we're just going professional, pretending like we know what we're doing. Like there wasn't just the show almost didn't just happen. We're just going to pretend like we knew everything was good and it was always going to proceed as going forward. So well done, sir. Great recovery.
We got the great Aljamain Sterling, former champion of the world. I think you know that.
CFFC Hall of Famer, Aljamain Sterling. Come on.
Funk Harbor rum. The best rum out there. We have him ready to go. And we also have Aly Mac, MMA journalist, commentator. We'll get to know her. Let's bring in Aljo. I can't wait to catch up with him. I miss him. Aljo, what's up, man?
What's happening, fellas?
Aljo, man, let me tell you something. We're catching up. First of all, I'm very excited for you. You get married in like a week. Right? A week or two. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
October 4th. It's my wife's birthday.
The 5th.
The October 5th. October 4th is my wife's birthday. That's how I remember that. And it's Merab's fight.
It's Merab's fight, yeah.
And you're getting married the very next day.
Yeah. Wearing my Merab shirt.
Of course you are, man. It's your brother. I'm so excited for him. I want to talk about that fight too, but I want to talk about you for a second. Lately, people have been talking about Merab. People are even saying, man, there's a case for he's one of the greats. I want to talk about you for a second and your career because I'm looking. The last losses, besides way back when with Marlon when we got caught and whatever, most are who I think you beat, and then Sean O'Malley, where we know there's stuff behind that one. Come on, man. You could be looking at almost a spotless record versus killers. Defended your belt. I'm hyping you up, Aljo. I'm just basically giving you a resume. But I feel that you really, let me just add, I feel that you are undefeated at 145. I felt you obviously what you did with Calvin Kattar was so world class. I believe you beat Mozart, and then Brian Ortega. Come on, man. Aljo, you should be fighting for the belt.
I know. I agree. I 100% agree. I should be fighting for the belt next. Yeah, what can you do? Hopefully I get the opportunity. I think it'd be dope for two OGs of the game to fight each other, especially for a world title. Me coming up a weight class. Volk coming back and regaining his title. I think this is a good career fight for him and myself.
The whole situation with Brian Ortega, I don't know, how do you feel that impacted? Because on the one hand, you can make the case that, look, man, Aljo could have ducked out of this fight easy, but he took it. We kind of owe him something of that. But on the other hand, it was such a weird situation that I almost feel like maybe you're not getting the credit that you deserve for beating a guy like Brian Ortega.
Yeah. I don't know, man. There's always something weird that happens with my fights. For some reason, there's always some weird circumstance that happens, and then people try to take a slight at me for stuff that I cannot control. I basically made weight. Within another 20, 25 minutes, I probably would have made weight. Had half a pound to go. I get a call. Well, they actually get these guys walk into the room, tell me to stop cutting weight and start to hydrate up. So Yeah. It's just I'm always in some weird spot. And even though he said he passed out and whatever, Brian has had issues with the scale for multiple fights, and he shows up and he beats guys. Maybe he's come up short in the title fights, but the only other guys he's lost to has been what? Diego Lopez?
Yeah.
Non-title fights. I mean, I don't think he's actually lost. I mean, he beat Yair Rodriguez last year. Somehow Yair is ranked ahead of him, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm the next guy, man. Point blank, simple. I feel like I should be the next guy. Mozart got hurt. He eliminated himself, so he's disqualified. He's got to get back in line. Yeah, that's how I feel.
What did you think of the fight with Diego Lopez versus John Silver?
Great fight. It was kind of exactly what I thought it would be, except for all the spinning attacks from Gene. I didn't think he would get taken down that way. I thought Diego would have to press for the takedowns in order to beat him. And he was able to get the takedown early in round 1. Gene comes back in round 2 and starts putting it on him. Almost looked like he couldn't miss. And he almost took a page. He basically took a page out of Pico's book, running straight forward, and got caught with his own medicine and the spinning elbow. Everybody gets a spinning elbow get knocked down at least, but me. I'm the only one who gets hurt from throwing a spinning elbow attack.
Yeah, I was on the other. Put me on the list of the other guys that get caught a lot. But in the past, my fight IQ went up a bunch. Aljo, you got to give it to Diego though, because man, John Silva was landing in that second round.
Yeah.
And he was undeterred. Not only did he eat it, he ate it and he stood right in front of him and he asked for another one and he waved him on and he countered and then he ate another one and he did not get desperate for the shot. You know what I mean? I mean, listen, if one of those landed and knocked him out, you could think it's foolish. Or I thought he looked fearless in there. He did not look shook by whatever was getting thrown at him by that little berserker.
Yeah.
I really do think it was when he said that his fight with Volkanovski, the experience he gained showed he's at the highest level. And as you know, Aljo, the more experience you got, the more you could pull off in that.
Yeah, for sure. I thought he fought like a veteran. I gave him his flowers for that. But at the end of the day, I still think I could beat the guy, you know. He got hurt, and for him to compose himself and still find an opportunity to land a big devastating strike, which was the spinning elbow, which dropped Gene, and then following up with those shots. Then you got to see a little Paul Daly, Nick Diaz action at the end of that.
Oh yeah.
You know what's funny is I haven't heard anybody really talk about this, but to me, I kind of like the idea of Diego Lopez fighting Mozart next, right? Because Diego's not getting a title shot right now, but he's exciting and people like him. Meanwhile, Mozart, like you said, he kind of disqualified himself with the injury. They have a little history. You know, that's how Diego got into the UFC, was that short notice fight against Mozart. So you got a little backstory that comes together. I don't know. I kind of like that of them meeting up and maybe one of them getting a title shot a little further down the line.
I agree. I don't see that as a bad. Like, there's no bad matchup that the UFC can make right now for 145 in the top 5, top 10. I think there's 4 guys with a solid case. Well, 3. Myself, Mozart, Lerone Murphy. Diego Lopez is still in the mix because he just won, beat a surging prospect. But I think we're the obvious 3 front runners right now. And I don't think there's a bad way that they can go. Yair Rodriguez is the only one who hasn't said anything and has me wondering if he knows something that we don't. Like, maybe he is getting the next shot, which is absolutely crazy to me if he gets the next shot.
Detective Aljo.
Look at that. He's on
And I'm
the
just
team.
calling it what it is. It's like, if you're going to be fair, be fair. You just lost to Ortega, then you beat Pitbull. I don't know if that gets you an automatic crack at the champ who you fought already. I don't know.
No, interesting. No, I hear you. Listen, why are you so nice, Aljo? Listen, you punched Ortega in the eye And I believe Herb Dean's like, why are you stopping it? It was a punch. You're like, all right, I'm just making sure he's good. I don't know. I mean, dude, I
It
get
should have
it.
been ruled a TKO.
Talk to me.
It should have been ruled a TKO. He stopped the fight, and Herb told him it was a punch. I said it was a punch.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wait, I thought that
Yeah.
you agreed that you thought maybe you did something.
Nah, he started
Tell
saying,
us.
"You poked me in the eye, bro," or whatever he was saying. And then I was like, dude, I threw a punch. I absolutely threw a punch. I've been working on that punch, and I landed it exactly where it needed to be. And that could have been the end of the fight right there. Right in the eye, can't see, cut him. And then he just kept bitching about the eye. And I'm like, fuck. And then Herb said, I didn't tell you to stop. He said, that's your fault. And I was like, well, I'm not a dick. What am I supposed to do, man? I literally said that to Dean. I said, oh, dude, I'm not a dick. What? I don't know. Maybe I am too nice, man. Fuck.
Hey, man, Frank Trigg almost got the title of Matt Hughes that way by kicking him in the nuts. And unlike you, he didn't stop, and he almost won a title that way.
Maybe I'm too nice, man. Fuck. I'm too nice for the sport. It's not good.
Let me tell you. Listen, but you know what I do like? That besides that, how's your elbow, first of all?
I can straighten it again.
But like other than that, you're fighting monsters. At 145, have you taken a punch? Have you been getting? You're getting unscathed, dude. It's so great because a tough night in there sucks, man. We all been in that ambulance. It sucks, man. But a good night, I mean, you're walking out unscathed, getting married in a couple. I mean, you got the world by the nuts. So I mean, how is the difference between 145 and the 135? Is it just that ridiculous weight cut? Is this just gravy now?
Yeah, definitely a ridiculous weight cut. I feel stronger. Like even with the sparring sessions that I would have at 135 with these guys, our training partners, I always felt great in the room. But then when I get to the fight, I felt like the last few years, I couldn't push the way I normally did, where I would gas pedal guys. Like Merab, I would say Merab and I were like tit for tat for cardio, just energizer bunnies. And then as I got bigger, each weight cut, it got a bit harder. And I just found myself getting way more tired in the fights. I was like, dude, my weight's going up. I'm getting more tired in the fights. It's probably a sign that I'm probably going to have to go up in weight. And I pride myself on my defense. And even this fight, I had people still complaining that I couldn't get a finish over a guy who's never been finished other than a doctor stoppage. How does that even make sense? And I give them an all stand-up affair, and they still find a way to be just petty and just, I don't know, just dicks about it.
I think you have to stop. I mean, I don't feel you're trying to win them over, but don't even try.
But it's just
man.
like I do read it because it's just I am curious to see what people think. There are the smart fans that actually understand like what's happening, and they understand that Brian has never been finished. Besides the doctor coming in to stop the fight, otherwise he would have kept fighting. That's just the type of dude that he is. The guy doesn't quit. So you go try to finish the guy. You know what I mean? So just with that said, I appreciate the fans that do understand and follow the sport and know what they're watching and knowing how difficult some of these challenges are. Like it's not like I'm not trying. I'm actually trying. And they understand that. There's some of the other knuckleheads that just sit on the sideline and talk shit. Is I don't know. You can't please them all though, man. You can't please them.
Man, shit. I know that. I don't try to. I make sure a lot of people don't like me. I know that. It's not like John Morgan. I don't think anybody says a bad word about John Morgan.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
That's
But Aljo, are you looking at back in the day? You were testing the waters with the acting not too long ago. I know we're concentrating on fighting and everything's going great. Are you doing any more of that, or is that just on the back burner right now?
Chris Algieri actually reached out to me last week about a potential movie role. So this would be my third movie if I do land the part.
Chris Algieri, the boxer?
Yes. Crazy, right?
Interesting. So wait, so what do you look? So how much could you say about this?
I don't know. They didn't really say like you can or can't say anything. But I do feel that there is some type of like bad juju you put on yourself when you speak on something that's not actually official. Like I didn't sign any contract. I haven't got to check for anything. So it's not official till I'm actually like in it. And then I can be like, okay, now I can really talk about it and feel comfortable and not feel like the carpet's going to get pulled from underneath my feet.
Man, well, listen, all I know is there's guys that can transition and there's guys that can't. I've seen some of the stuff you've done in the past. I think you're very natural in front of the camera. Even your skits you do with Merab. Did you see Keith Jardine's new movie, Kill Me Again?
No, I did not know he had another one.
Hey, John Morgan, let me tell you, Aljo, I get it. It's on Prime. You could buy it or rent it. I went to the premiere with Ann in the city. I'll tell you, it's like you ever see what is it? What about Bob? No, the one when Groundhog Day. Sorry, it's Bill Murray. The day that keeps repeating itself. It's like that, but with a serial killer, and there's a little twist in there. Very well done. Michelle, the karate hottie's in there. Cowboy Cerrone has a little scene in there, but it is Keith Jardine, Tate Fletcher. Man, I was really surprised how much it was a good movie. It was done well. I was really happy.
He's getting big time, right? Keith Jardine,
yeah. He was in some other projects that I just saw, and Michelle Watson was in something else that I saw. One of the karate is like a John Wick. Was it John Wick?
Oh, yeah, wow. I think she was she was in Ballerina, I believe.
Ballerina, yes.
I'm pretty sure she was in that. I'm not positive. She was also in the new Tom Hardy movie. Have it.
Now you got me questioning. I don't know. She was in something where she was kicking ass. That's what I know.
Yeah, 100%. She's good too, man. I like seeing the people transition over, the success stories. They're doing good.
Yeah.
Like Aljamain Sterling with Funk Harbor Rum, dude. He's taking over the beverage world, taking over the rum sector.
Listen, man, I'm trying to do something for Cage Fury, but I've been waiting. I don't know what's happening, man. I'm
getting Rob Haydack on the phone as soon as we get done with this. We gotta make it's a natural pairing.
New Jersey, let's get it done already. We're already in New Jersey. Let's just bring it in. That's all we gotta do.
This is talking about your Funk Harbor.
Yeah, if nothing else, you can just roll by the Hard Rock with a bottle of rum, and we'll sit down and have a few.
And some cigars.
So, hey, talk about this wedding, man. This is amazing. And talk about the fact that it's the weekend of Merab's fight. Did you guys not communicate at all? Was there not some discussion of like, either you got to move your fight or I got to move my wedding or something?
Nah, he knew the wedding was this day and he still wanted to fight this day. He's like, yeah, I want to fight in Vegas. And I was like, Merab, that's like the day before the wedding. And he was just like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you know how crazy of a week that is going to be for me? Like, I'm going to be running all over the place like a headless chicken, trying to make sure everything is done right, helping Merab, showing up for media day, helping him with the training. And so it's going to be chaotic. And, of course, I got some activities that we're going to have with the friends and family that fly all the way over here. So we're going to, for sure, party a little bit. So I told him I can't do the morning shakeout with you on Saturday morning, but I will be ready Saturday night in the back room. So I gotta get it out of my system Friday night. Got my dancing shoes, so I'll be ready to go.
It's so exciting, and let me tell you, obviously I know your fiance Becca, and it's how soon until we have some little Sterlings running around.
Hopefully next year.
I want to be an uncle again.
Yeah, hopefully next year it'll be great. I've been waiting for a couple years now.
Dude, that's going to be so great. I can't wait for that. I love seeing the circle of life. How happy were you? And I seen it on air for Freddie Vitali.
Oh,
how great was that?
It's such a cool thing to see that happen to such a nice kid. And
everybody loves Freddie.
Everybody loves him. He works at McGorry's. He's a teacher. He's a coach. So a lot of the things that he's doing on his way up I resonate with, and things that I was doing on my way up. So to see him having the success, going back to school and getting the praise and love, I'm like, that's priceless. Like I know that just hits home different.
He came in last night to Sarah BJ and everybody clapped for him. Unfortunately, I was in the shitter in the back and I heard it. I'm like, no, I wanted to yell too. Sorry to be TMI guy. John Morgan, I can't help but be too. I have to set the scene, but I heard it.
I'm just imagining like the Matt Serra voice like coming out of the cold stall in the back of the gym.
Freddie! I was so happy for him. I was waiting for him, but my stomach. But he's coming in tonight. I got some stuff to go over with him too. Because I'll tell you, Aljo, you've taken short notice fights. It's not the same, man. When it depends what kind of shape you're in when you get the call, but there's peak fighting shape, and then there's everything else in between. It could be a little bit like it could be anywhere from 1 to 10 how bad you are, but I'm never afraid of getting hurt in there. I'm sure you could agree, but I'm not. No one wants to get tired in there.
That's like the absolute worst.
I felt for Freddie, man. Freddie took that off the couch. He took that on a week's notice. I believe Dana did the right thing. I believe, because the fight wasn't great, but what do you expect? Even though he almost had it, the first round was great, but then he's running on empty, I should say, no gas. And it finished great, but he gave him I think he did the right thing by giving him another shot,
Yeah, I agree with that. But he said Freddie told him his story. I'm like, did these guys not tell you the story beforehand? Like, hey, just so you know, Dana, this guy's stepping up so that he knows how to kind of perceive this fight and have some type of. This way you manage your expectations. Because if you don't know this stuff, you just think that these guys both had a full camp and this guy just sucks. He's tired.
Yeah.
See, he always says that too. He says, like, I don't like to know. And I agree with you. Like, he says, like, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to watch the package. I don't want to read the notes. I just want to sit down and I want to watch the fight. And I agree. It's got to temper the way you're looking at the fight if you understand what somebody's going through. Look at the story of this past week with the gentleman who lost his father 2 days before the fight. Like, don't you want to know that before you even sit down? I mean, so I kind of agree with that. Like, I understand where Dana's coming from, but I feel like in certain situations, you kind of need to know what you're getting into.
I agree. I get his perspective also. I'm just on the side that I think you should have a little bit of a backstory on some of these guys. I'm not saying all the way in depth, but if there's something circumstantial that's like, hey, this matters. Losing your dad right before or a week before, that matters. It all makes a difference and it impacts someone's psychology when they're in the fight, and you kind of get to see a bigger picture of what this person brings to the table.
Yeah. The people at home know. But they don't make the decision.
Should know that.
Yeah, they don't make the decision. So yeah, I'm glad Freddie went over there and pleaded his case. It worked. Yeah. He's got another shot, so we'll be seeing him back in there. I'm excited about that. So wait, so you got your honeymoon right after this, or what? What are you doing?
We got a wedding right after.
Wait, another wedding?
Yeah. And then the movie starts October 7th, like the first few days of filming. So
Schedule, dude.
Wait, the 7th. You get man.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess listen, you could postpone the your life's a dream already. I mean, you're living the honeymoon. There's no rush with that.
Nah, we'll probably do something maybe at the end of the year or something like that, or I don't know.
Man, you live in the dream.
So now, all right, now that we're talking, now I'm thinking the UFC always goes to London in March. Maybe you and Lerone in a #1 contender fight in March in London?
I mean, I was hoping to fight in December.
Oh, really? Even with all that you got going on, still want to fight in December?
If I find out some information in the next 2 weeks that will kind of dictate, I just have to make a decision, So right now I'm all in for, like, I'm preparing as if I have the fight in December, and the only thing I'm not doing is sparring, but I'm just trying to keep myself somewhat ready so I don't just get caught off guard if it does come my way, and then it's like, oh shit, we gotta play catch up, hold my beer, like So making sure I do the right things from now, just to set myself up for success or at least a good showing.
Because you can't say no, right? Like if the opportunity comes, you're not in a position. You just got to take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a legend. Who's gonna turn down an opportunity to fight the OG, the legend Volkanovski, man? That's I did a cooking with Volk show in Thailand earlier this year. Got to train with him, help him prepare for Diego Lopez, and now I got an opportunity to possibly fight one of the all-time greats before he hangs it up. So
you're in a great position.
Just trying to take advantage of everything I can.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing everything they ask you, buddy. I mean, I felt you answered the call every time at 145. And I can't wait to see what happens next, man. I don't know. I mean, you got Lerone Murphy, and And I don't know, like I want to see what I want to see. Well, I wonder what they're thinking, but we never know what anybody's thinking.
Yeah.
Hey man, what else? Listen, congratulations on everything. Your last fight with Brian Ortega, we'll give you your flowers. That was great. Uh what about the missing weight thing? I mean, guys like him, like Kelvin Gastelum. I mean, that's rough. It's almost like you can't even. I feel bad for. I don't feel bad for Kelvin. I'm almost like, dude, Aljo, you know I love food, dude. I never miss that fucking thing. So I almost feel like not bad
doesn't give a fuck.
He can't give a fuck. I wouldn't take my shirt off like that.
My man is up there looking like he's ready to crack a smile. I'm like, bro, 5 pounds?
5 pounds is crazy, dude. I know he took it on short notice, but 5 pounds is not giving a shit. It's like, all right, I'm going to show up knowing I'm getting half my pay or some shit. You know what I mean? I don't. How much did he doesn't, I don't know,
30%.
man.
I was like, dude.
He was 35%, right?
Yeah, 35%.
35.
Dude.
I mean, that's a message, you know. It sucks because who doesn't love Kelvin Gastelum, right? You know what I mean? As a fighter, just as a guy, like a good dude, but it's tough, right? Because that's job number one.
His opponent was doing. What's his opponent? Who did he fight again? It was
Stoltzfus.
What was it?
Stoltzfus. Who? Let's be honest. That 35% of Kelvin's money was probably more than he was going to make with his win bonus. I bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he was landing nice. He was shooting nice. He's trying to take down a bigger guy and a guy that could probably take the punches better. And he was doing some good shit. But it was like, dude, I'm fighting a bigger person here. I felt for him, man. I really did. Yeah, man, we've been there, Aljo. Come on, man. How many holidays we're eating? I don't like broccoli. I gotta eat steamed shit. And I lived it. I could bitch. I can say boo on this guy, right?
Yeah.
Anybody backing me up on this? I don't know. I like Kelvin though. I do, but him, Ortega, yeah, dude, man, I did this shit before a PI, bro.
I know.
But go ahead, Aljo.
No, I was just gonna say it's tough when you're missing weight like that. Ortega kind of knew there was going to be a possibility that he wasn't going to make weight, and apparently he was really close. But then his body shut down. He did like a video on it and whatnot. But I don't know, dude. I'm small for the weight. I had trouble making 35, but I always made it.
Well, those days are behind you now, man, Aljo. What do you want? First of all, thanks for bullshit with us, man. My wife's fighting in 2 weeks, so I'm so sorry I can't make your wedding. And my daughter's fighting. My daughter's got a kickboxing match, and Anne's got a boxing match over at the Westbury space.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to be one stressed out, man.
It's fucking crazy, bro. It's fucking great, though. It's great. What was I going to say? Let's please plug, besides Funk Harbor, or first let's start with Funk Harbor. Where could anybody get the delicious Funk Harbor rum?
FunkHarborSpirits.com.
Easy enough. What else do you want to plug?
The Weekly Scratch podcast, and that's really it.
And yes, I will be on. Yeah, you don't ask me. Don't make me ask you to ask me.
We got to do one. I just did.
Let's do it
with DC.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were getting DC's on. Listen, when you got big shots on, if you want just an old friend.
Studio though.
Where are you?
We're in Vegas.
Fuck, man. Next time I'm in Vegas. And next time you're in town, me and you are going to do another movie review.
Yeah, we could do one in Long Island. I could do one in Long Island with you.
Dude, let's do it. Come on, man. Hey, congrats on everything, man. I'm really happy for you with everything you're doing in life.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Take care. All right, Funk Master, the great Aljamain Sterling. Thank you, Aljo. All right, let's get Aly Mac in here. Hello, Aly Mac.
Hello, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So nice to meet you. And this is the great John Morgan. I don't know if you know him.
Hello, John.
Hello.
Lovely to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you officially.
Are you going to introduce us to your Chihuahua? No, what is that exactly you got in your lap?
No, this is Ted. He's a Pomeranian, and he's kind of also become a bit of a personality on my channels as well. He always features in my little fight watch-alongs and likes to make his own predictions, and he didn't want to leave me alone this morning, so.
And that's Ted, the what is it? It's
the Pomeranian.
The Pomeranian. I don't even think I can pronounce that. Aly, it's amazing. I got a mic in front of me. Now, I want to know how a young woman from Australia becomes a MMA analyst and broadcaster. Now, first, when did you first glimpse mixed martial arts? When was your first introduction to it?
So I actually grew up around boxing because of my dad. So I grew up going to a few fights there. He was like an army guy and then did some amateur boxing. So I went to a few of those, and then he was really close to a few of the guys at his gym. So we went to go and watch those as a family. When we'd do family holidays to Thailand, we'd go and watch the Muay Thai. But it wasn't until I actually started dating my boyfriend about 6 years ago that it was one of our first dates. He took me to a pub and we're like, we're going to go and watch the UFC. And I'd heard of it before. I knew a few names, but I'd never watched any of the fights before. And so I don't know if it was a test to see, how I swam amongst that, but I ended up loving it. And then it was only, I think it was about a year afterwards that COVID happened. And it was the only sport that was really continuing to happen. And so I think I have quite a obsessive personality. So when I like something, I really delve into it. And then eventually I was telling him and his friends facts about different fighters and things like that. And I just got into it from there and then started making content a few years after.
Now, making content. Now, how did that start? You just started on your Instagram or on Twitter or something, posting fight pics? Or how does that work?
No, so I just started, I actually started on TikTok. Yeah, which was a complete, TikTok still scares me a little bit, to be honest. It's a whole other world. But yeah, I started posting on TikTok just because I didn't have any friends or girlfriends that I could speak to the about UFC with.
Just your boyfriend and Ted.
Yeah, that's it, right? And that drives you a bit crazy after a while.
Yeah.
And so I just put a camera in front of me one day and just started talking about whatever news was happening, like fight changes or, fighters like pulling out or new announcements and things like that. And eventually the engagement started going from there. And then, so I was on a TikTok for about 5 months and then moved onto Instagram after that. And then Instagram's where it really blew up and people started picking up on it from there.
So I've seen a lot of your content, obviously, and I think it's great to get like fresh faces in the space and new talent, from new perspectives. And I know that over my career, a lot of times people would reach out and say, John, I love what you're doing. I'm a fan. How do I get into it? Well, what do I do to make it happen? I want to hear kind of from you as somebody that is like on the leading edge of this right now, carving your space out, growing your space, what you found, what worked for you and got you those views and got you those looks and started getting you the opportunities. Because I know there's a lot of people that would want to follow right in the footsteps that you're doing as well.
Yeah, of course. And I do get quite a few of those messages like, where do I even start? And I think now as MMA and the UFC is continuing to grow, it can get a bit intimidating, especially me as a girl. I was like, oh my God, this is quite scary to start. And funny thing is that I actually couldn't even press post on my first ever video on Instagram because I was cringing at myself. I was looking back at the video like, oh, I don't know, because I didn't start a new page for myself. I actually started on my own personal page, which before this, I was modeling. So I come from beauty and fashion. So a lot of my followers, when I posted my first video, were like, what is she talking about? What is this? But once I started and once I posted that first video, I didn't all of that went out of the window and it became so much easier. So definitely it's getting that first thing out of the way and you'll just have this weight off of your shoulders. But then for me, after that, it was just consistency. I think don't dwell too much on your views. I still have videos that flop and I think it's such a fast-paced sport and things are changing all the time that tomorrow there's going to be something new that happens that people will forget about whatever you were speaking about yesterday anyway. So it's not too much about dwelling on how good something looks and, oh, this video didn't do well, so maybe it's not for me. You just have to do it. And I think eventually the right people will be drawn to your content. They'll see your passion for it, which at the end of the day, that's what I always say, I'm a fan of this. I would be watching anyway, I might as well make content around it, which I've fallen in love with and now can call a job, which is crazy. But yeah, I think if you're consistent with it, eventually the right people will find you.
I love like maybe covering things that are undercovered sometimes. So like Road to UFC, I know that you kind of honed in on that. And I get it. Like there's just so much content, even for the UFC, right? To watch everything, to promote everything, to cover everything. But I think that was smart as well. Like, you know, sometimes I think it's been underserved a little bit by media and in the space. And I think focusing on that has been a big opportunity for you as well.
100%. And I did get feedback of that saying like, thank you so much for covering this. Like I can't actually see a lot of media and even the UFC talking about this. And this region here, this Asia Pacific is a part of the world that I'm so passionate about, obviously an Asian Australian. So it just made sense that I would start talking about it, and it just comes naturally. And yeah, I think I saw a gap there, definitely. And again, as this starts to become more popular, I was like, how can I fit in here? You know, what's my place? And I think there's space for more people, 100%. But I think I'm lucky enough that right now I definitely saw that people weren't talking about this region as much, and things like Road to UFC, that I was able to hone in on that, and it definitely worked in my favor. And things like working with Eternal as well, the regional promotion in Australia, I've gotten to know a lot of those upcoming guys who then get to go on platforms like Road to UFC and Contender Series. So it's a really cool thing that even me as quite a new fan per se, I'm watching these guys grow, and I think my followers can see that excitement in me as well.
When you started your Instagram, you said it blew up on there. When did you just wake up one morning, you're like, I have 1,000 more followers? Or how quick was that growth?
Yeah, so it was pretty, it started growing. I think the thing that's, I saw quite the rise in was I was doing something called classic fight watches. Now, not to make you feel old, Matt, but your fight with GSP got pulled up quite a bit there. And it was just a way for me to engage with my followers. So I'm really transparent that I'm quite a new fan of this. You know, I only started watching in 2019. And so I would pitch to my followers, if you could watch a fight for the first time, what would it be? You know, like, give me your moments of like nostalgia that you can live through me and watch me experience this for the first time. And so I would do a little plug of UFC Fight Pass and watch all of these fights recommended by my followers. And they would be like, oh my God, I love that you get to watch this for the first time. You should watch this one. And with that, I started learning more about it and the history of it. And because people were constantly recommending me things, it just became this consistent, again, just posting every day. If there wasn't any news, I would be posting a reaction video. And I think that authenticity, again, of me being honest in that I've never watched some of these fights before. I've never heard of some of these guys before that are legends, but I'm learning and being honest about it. So that was something that definitely helped the rise there. Every day it was just 1,000 more, 1,000 more. And then funnily enough, I think the big one, it was before I hit 10,000 followers. I had posted a trivia video, just general knowledge of UFC, like who has the most submissions or who has the most knockouts. And Dana actually picked up on it. He commented on it saying, I like this. And I was freaking out, obviously, at the time. And I tried to play it cool. I was like, okay, act natural. And then the next day, he had actually saved my video and reposted it to his page and tagged me saying, I love your content, keep it up. And to my knowledge, I don't think that he had ever done anything like that before, like reposting my video completely as a new video on his page. Yeah. And from there, obviously that was a really big boost. And then I took a chance on my next trivia video and just sent him a collab. It wasn't, people think it was this whole orchestrated thing. I just sent him the collab and hoped for the best, and he accepted. And so that was an ongoing thing for about 6 months, that I was just, every pay-per-view, I was sending him a new trivia video and he accepted it. And so that, alongside with the classic fight watches, it just kind of exploded from there. Yeah.
That's amazing. Let me ask you: is your this could go south? Is your father still alive?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank God. This could have been the worst question ever. What does he think? He's a former pugilist. What does he think about you? What you're doing now? He must be so excited.
Honestly, I don't think he completely understands what I do. And to be fair, when people ask me, what do you do for work? I'm still a bit confused as well. I don't really know what the title is. But he's excited. He's surprised at how much it took off. And I think seeing my passion around it as well. Like I said, I was always familiar with combat sports and being raised around it, but to really delve into it as much as I have, I think he was quite surprised with. And he would tell some of his old boxing friends about it all, and they're like, really? Like, oh wait, I've heard of her. That's your daughter? Like, so yeah, he's definitely supportive, but also slightly confused, which is understandable. Yeah, but it's I think it's really nice to see. I'm just so close with my family. So my mom, my boyfriend who introduced it to me, and then my dad as well, and my dog. That's basically my close circle. But they keep me very grounded, and we all love watching the fights on Sunday mornings for us. So it's a really nice thing for us to connect. Yeah.
You guys have the best watch time. Sunday morning in Australia, you know, Matt, Sarah, they've got it way better than us. They're not trying to stay up late on a Saturday night at 2 a.m. It's 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday. You crack open a frosty beverage and start watching the fights.
Our time is prime time. Honestly, the times that I have traveled for the international cards and it's a Saturday night, I'm like, this isn't it. Sunday Arvo.
I love my Saturdays when a fight's coming up at night because I get a little nap in the afternoon. I get excited. I have my routine. Perth is coming up. Speaking of cards coming up, you should be excited about that, being from Australia. Now, I want to talk. I want to hear your opinion on the main event because it is very intriguing. All right, we got Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. Now, everybody loves a comeback story. No, John Morgan? Come on now. Dominic, everybody's writing him off. Oh, he had a little, glimpse of brilliance with his fight with John Jones.
Yeah.
That's
one scorecard away from a life-changing moment. One scorecard away from a life-changing moment.
And then everybody thought that then he's done because he had a bad little skid after that. And now I believe 4 fights in a row. I got to see how many stoppages, but you might know better than me, Aly Mac, analyst.
I believe they're all definitely finishes, but yeah, that comeback story.
Wow.
Woo. But going up against a new young guy like Ulberg as well, that's going to be very, very telling.
Sharpshooter, very good footwork, and Dominic Reyes is a bit of a bull. He's coming in, firing that left hand, that high kick. I mean, this is a great fight.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And then it's also just the week before the light heavyweight title fight. So I think a lot of people are going to be looking at this one to see, also on 320? I believe that one. Yes. Is it 320? It's 4:30 in the morning here.
That's fine. Oh.
It's Yuri and Khalil is also on that card. So it's just a lot of chatter around that weight division. So yeah, all eyes are going to be on this one.
I agree with you. I think out of those 2 fights, it's kind of like it was at middleweight as well, where it's like there's 2 fights you're looking at and who performs best might get the next shot. So that I love this main event. Who else do we need to be looking out for on here? Because again, if this features a lot of athletes in the region where you're familiar with, I do want to give a shout out to Charlie Campbell that's going to be on there, making the trip over there. Andre Petrosky from our neck of the woods as well. But who do we need to look for on the card? Maybe some names that have been flying under the radar, haven't quite reached the top mainstream yet that you think people need to look out for on this card.
Yeah, I think I definitely want to give a shout out to Colby Thickness. I think we just saw him fight at 312 in Sydney earlier this year, and he already has started to make a name for himself just because of the story that he has with his gym. So he fights out of freestyle MMA with Volkanovski, and we saw him fight at 312 against Toporia's brother. So there was already such hype around him there, and though he did not get his hand raised in Sydney, the UFC wanted to see him again. So now's his opportunity to really make a name for himself, solidify his own name, not riding off of this Vulcan Topuria storyline. So he's definitely going to have a lot to prove there. So I'm excited to see how he comes through with a full camp. The last fight was last minute as well. And no doubt against a name like that would have been a lot more pressure. So I'm curious to see how he comes through. Also, we have Cam Rouston. So that was a last minute one that he just came off of the Contender Series. And Cam's great in the cage and on the mic too. So he's got a great personality and has great style. And he fights out of City Kickboxing. So another great gym that is produced a lot of guys that there's no doubt, I think, this UFC debut, he's going to want to make a statement here. So I'm very excited to see what he does. And then also coming out of CKB, we have Navajo Sterling. He's 7-0, I believe, right now, undefeated. But I think he's still yet to really get that highlight reel moment that he's looking for in the UFC. So hopefully that he's able to do that in Perth, but he's going up against Bellato, who had an interesting last fight. So I think that one will be interesting because both of them are going to be wanting to make statements, with Bellato, kind of probably wanting to shush fans a little bit there, and just prove that, he is still up there as one of those top guys.
Ali Mac, let me ask you, if you could, because we're partnered up with Fanatics, if you could get an autograph from any athlete, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, good question.
I wish I came up with that question. Everybody loves that question, John Morgan. and anytime I did 900 episodes and nobody ever goes to me, good question, when I have a normal my question. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud.
I would love your autograph, Matt.
Well, that's the best answer. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But
it's a hard one.
Funnily enough, I have actually not had the opportunity to meet Volkanovski yet. And I feel like that is one that is probably so obvious to so many people.
Wow.
Yeah, when I talk about who some of my favorite current fighters are, Volk and Izzy are definitely up there, and I've met neither of them yet. So definitely, it would be incredible to meet and get an autograph from either of them. But if we're talking older, I actually, from my classic Fight Watch series, I think a fighter that really stuck to me, I would love to meet and get an autograph from Lyoto Machida.
Oh, listen, just don't go doing shots with him. But listen, great guy. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but you know, a little inside. Hey, listen, Ali Mac. Hey, here's my type of question. Ali Mac, is your dad Mr. Mac? I want to know. Where did you
I don't look like a Mac, do I?
You don't look like exactly a Mac. I'm like, oh, that's. Tell me, where'd that come from?
Yeah, so it is
your alias.
It is the stage name. So funnily enough, so I was actually raised by my stepdad, who his last name is McNamara. So that's where that comes from. So I did actually change my last name when I was 18. So my full name, government name, is actually Alison McNamara, which doesn't have the same kind of ring to it as Aly Mac does. It doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely.
No, but it is your legit name, though. The last name is, so it's short for that. If anybody's like a student of mine, we go, oh, Aly Mac. It's perfect. All right, listen, like I said, that's my question. See this? That's the Fanatics. They got great questions.
Yeah.
Hey, Aly Mac, listen, how much fun to have you on. Please come on again when we have upcoming fights, before or after cards. We'd love to have you back on. Where could everybody watch your stuff on YouTube and social media?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Aly Mac MMA, and it's the same on YouTube and TikTok as well.
So great. Ali, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Lovely to connect with you guys.
So nice to meet you. Take care. Have a good one. John Morgan, that was so nice. I mean, we make new friends here. My question sucks, John Morgan.
Hey, I was thinking about your question. Autographs aren't really a thing much anymore, right?
That's a great question.
That's a great
not
question.
mine.
Hey,
that's
you know
Fanatics.
I'm thinking.
She loved that question.
Can I get mine out there?
So, is your dad Mr. Mac? He's probably like, oh, dork.
You know what it is? It's a very fair question. It's just one that most people wouldn't ask. And you
shit, man.
Hey,
I gotta start using leaving my inside voice in my inside. What? What were you gonna say?
I was thinking Helio Gracie would be an awesome autograph, man. Old school. I mean, the birth of jiu-jitsu, like that would be a centerpiece in anybody's collection, man. If you had an Helio Gracie.
Yeah, that would be nice. You know, what about the great Gene LaBelle?
Oh, man. I mean,
I met him before.
He's a character, right? He's a character. I met him when he would be in Ronda Rousey's corner in the early days with a little stopwatch in her 16-second stoppages. I mean, what a character he was.
He was a badass. Hey, you know what movie I watched last night with the family? Weapons.
What is this? I don't know.
Like the little kids, like 2:17 at night. This one classroom, all the little kids but one. All the little kids just run out of that house and just disappear. It's fucking crazy.
What?
That's pretty much the premise. Josh Brolin I want someone to point something out that he's in that's not good. I don't think they could do it, much like the great Tom Hardy. This is what I'm telling you.
That's why we go to you for the movie reviews and the entertainment side.
If you want to see more of that, you go to the Matt Serra channel on YouTube. See how we segued into that?
Beautiful. Look, let's just set it up, brother. Professional. You may start with some tech issues, but you end with some gold.
We end strong. We end strong. John Morgan, I believe we do not have a fight this weekend.
We do not have a UFC fight, but if you want some martial arts entertainment, I would recommend you tune in to UFC Fight Pass on Saturday night for CFFC BJJ 15, 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. Michael Chiesa will be with me on the mic. We've got 3 fantastic grappling matches for belts at the top of the card. Richie Lewis and Pat Sabatini are going at it in the main event. Pat Sabatini defending his belt. Richie Lewis just debuted for us at CFFC in MMA 3 weeks ago, and now he's making his grappling debut as well, trying to take out Pat Sabatini, who we know is a phenomenal grappler. 135 in the co-main event. Junior Ocasio, who is fantastic. And Junior Ocasio, I think, is one win away from getting an invite to UFC BJJ. I don't know. I'm not the one making those calls, but I'm telling you, I know he's on the radar, and this dude is exactly what they're looking for at UFC BJJ. He's all action. He's trying to make no stalling, no defense. It's action, make things happen. But he's got a tough Estevan Martinez, and then we've got a women's matchup as well. Taylor Highshaw and Nicole Matthew. Taylor Highshaw is already our 125 champ. She's moving up 10 pounds to try to get a second belt at 135. Teenage standout. I mean, absolutely phenomenal grappler, but Nicole Matthews coming in to steal that shine. Bunch of other fun names on the card as well. Kevin Dancer's back. Andrew Cockle's there. I mean, it's going to be fun. So, no UFC this weekend, but you still tune into UFC Fight Pass. And, man, Michael Chiesa, I love working with him. And, work with Dean Thomas a lot as well. Michelle Watterson as well.
Both those guys.
Amazing. But Chiesa loves him some grappling. He's doing some great work on UFC BJJ, and I'm honored to have him at CFFC BJJ this weekend.
Everybody loves Michael Chiesa. Also, this weekend, I'll be in the Ring of Combat. There's places to watch that, too. I don't know if it's ringofcombat.com or anything, but it's Lou Neglia's event. I got Tommy Beethoven DeGennaro, his pro debut. Grace, good kid. He's like family. And young Marcus also. Marcus is having his 3rd pro fight. So this is great, man. Yeah, I'm going down there, and my whole family's going. We do a little road trip.
So are you cornering your wife and your kid on the same night?
Yes, that's going to be next month in Long Island. I got my daughter's got a kickboxing match, first one, and that's fun. I actually have her down at Longo's Longo's holding for her. If you ever look on my Instagram, awesome. You see her. I'd love that. That actually makes me very happy, and that's fun. She's, Jenny Nadell, she works with my wife's trainer, Carol Colombo. My wife trains her. I mean, she's a little beast, so it's so much fun. So she's having fun with that. And then on the same card, my wife's having a boxing match. So that's pretty cool. That's so amazing, I mean, my wife's 42, my kid's 16. It's wild, man. It's great times, man. All we do is hang out at my school, then we come home, movies, and it's just fun. It's a martial.
on fight night with both of them? Are you going to be a nervous wreck, or are you okay?
You know what, man? I know they're well trained and they're living their best life here. That you know, who gets to experience this? You know, my kid had a grappling match on a MMA card. She was the only grappling match on at Madison Square Garden versus another. You know, I mean, she's getting great experiences. You know, and the right kind of attention. It's great, man. It's just great. The whole family. It's so fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, I can't complain, man. So yeah, so I'll be in AC this weekend doing that with my guys. It's good times, dude. And besides that, that's it, buddy. When you hang up, subscribe to the Matt Serra channel. I don't think you did yet.
It's getting done today. It's getting done today. I think I did it. You just didn't see it come through.
I just say that to try to guilt you to think you know if you did or not. I have no idea. I'm just hoping you did. John Morgan, anything else for you to plug personally besides the fights for you?
Yeah, check out BJJ this weekend, and then we got a couple of big events coming up on Fight Pass. It's a busy stretch for CFFC. We'll be in Fort Bears, North Dakota the following week. We've got Florida coming up as well in Tampa. So a lot of stuff coming up on the CFFC schedule. Check out BJJ this weekend, and we've got a ton of MMA coming as well.
John Morgan, thank you so much. And I got a new mic, as people might hear this. It sounds great. And I have to know, and I'm going to say this to producers because I have a feeling I'm going to get a note. Sometimes I'm listening to people, and all of a sudden I hear, dude, I'm fucking, it picks up me breathing. I sound like a rabid dog. Hey, John Morgan, thanks so much, man.
Pleasure as always, brother.
So much fun. Goodbye, everybody.